Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at artists whose discographies were made for theatrical adaptations, and those that shouldn't touch the stage with a 10-foot pole.
This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa.
Number 5 should stay away, Maroon 5. While they may have a decent amount of hits in their catalog, that doesn't mean they're destined for the stage.
If you feel like it, take me away and make it okay. I swear I'll behave.
At its core, Maroon 5 is centered entirely around its frontman Adam Levine, meaning a biographical jukebox musical would ultimately be the same. Besides his infamous 2022 cheating accusations, there wouldn't be much to get into, which would result in the world's most boring show.
I'm hurting, baby. I'm broken down. I need you loving, I need it now.
Even if they decided against the memoir route, most of their discography is so straightforward and radio-friendly that it's practically impossible to craft a meaningful story around it. It would essentially be 2 acts of random, disconnected songs with no real meaning to them, a formula that would have everyone scrambling for a refund.
I'm at a payphone trying to go home. All of my change I spent on you.
Number 5 would make a great show, Prince. With his immense talent and ability to adapt to practically every genre, a show centered around his work would be legendary at the very least. Purple Rain gave us a taste of what a Prince-centered jukebox musical could be, but one spanning his 40-plus-year career may just revolutionize the concept as we know it. Whether it's centered around his own life or a fictional character, the music would have the audience locked in from beginning to end. With his incredible, emotionally driven ballads and funky party tunes, there's no shortage of choices that would lend itself to a compelling, award-winning story.
You just leave it all up to me. We could have a good time.
Number 4 should stay away, Katy Perry. If we were to only focus on a small sliver of her career, then this would be a much different entry.
Stuck on a roller coaster, can't get off this ride.
Unfortunately, when you scale back to take all of Katy Perry's catalog into account, the probability of it making a good jukebox show shrinks.
Take me, wanna be a victim, ready for a passion.
Even her best material would be hard to work into a plot, particularly hits like E.T. or Dark Horse that don't have much meaning to them.
So you wanna play with magic? Boy, you should know what you're falling for.
From the Witness era on, all bets are off. Several of her singles from that album and everyone following it veer too far into campy territory and would be impossible to take seriously. Even imagining a theatrical adaptation of Swish Swish or Woman's World is laughable, and not in a good way.
That's right. It's a woman's world.
Number 4 would make a great show, Janelle Monáe. If there was any artist whose work was made to be adapted into a fictional story, it's Monáe's. In fact, Janelle Monáe is one step ahead, with their first 2 bodies of work being centered around an alter ego from 2719 named Cindy Mayweather.
Some calling me a sinner, some calling me a winner. I'm calling you to dinner and you know exactly what I mean.
There's already plenty of lore surrounding the character, making her the perfect subject of a potential show. That's only dipping a toe into Monáe's world building.
Can't be explained, but I can try for you. Yeah, baby, don't make me spell it out for you.
Even just imagining Cindy being implanted into the futuristic world of Dirty Computer and going on a romantic adventure with Jane 57821 is enough to make us wish this musical existed in real life. It would be a story full of poignancy, progressivism, and freedom, with a soundtrack that would have everyone dancing in their seats.
I'm always left a sinner and that's right where I belong. I'm the random mind, don't you hear it, major songs and I
Number 3 should stay away, Drake. He's the ultimate proof that popularity wouldn't equate to a compelling musical. His discography, while giant, doesn't have too many hard-hitting tracks. Even his more emotional songs don't have much substance to them, which would make any show fall flat in response.
You used to call me on my cell phone, late night when you need my love.
while a hip-hop jukebox act could be refreshing, his catalog leans too far into pop to succeed in that vein. His own life wouldn't lend itself well to a biographical story, unless we want endless scenes about flexing wealth or the pitfalls of love.
My mama wish I would've went corporate, she wish I would've went exec. I still turn to a CEO, so the lifestyle she respect.
Ironically, the one facet of his career that would make for an interesting plot would be his feuds with other rappers. But even then, he and his music would take a backseat to theirs.
Go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise.
Number 3 would make a great show, Fleetwood Mac. Even if you ignored their musical output entirely, their interband drama is so intense that it could span across a whole series of shows. Both Fleetwood Mac's work and personal lives were made for the stage, and the two intertwined would be otherworldly. Angry tracks like The Chain and Go Your Own Way would make for the perfect accompaniment to the decay of their romantic relationships and the band as a whole, while ballads like Landslide would have the audience weeping in their seats.
Well, the landslide will bring you down, down.
They aren't the only ones whose tumultuous times would adapt well to the stage. The onstage threats between members of Eagles leads us to believe that their musical would be just as juicy.
And still those voices are calling from far away.
Number 2 should stay away, Imagine Dragons. They're the very definition of coworker music, and while there's nothing inherently wrong with that, it wouldn't create a very fun show either.
But lived ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up and it rained down. It rained down.
Imagine Dragons' repetitive sound and lyricism has earned them plenty of criticism from listeners and critics alike. As such, it goes without saying that their work is too generic and their come up too easy to be made into even the simplest of stories.
Say you're basic, say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat.
Even their most intense songs are lacking any real grit, making them come across as inauthentic and corny. Two traits no one wants to see in their jukebox musical. While their work certainly has a place within the music industry as a whole, it doesn't have one in theater. Number 2 would make a great show, Madonna. The Queen of Pop's reign would translate perfectly to the stage. While the show spanning her decades-long career would be interesting enough on its own, one that peppered her work into a fictional story would be just as enthralling. Separating her discography from her larger-than-life persona would allow the emotional and political themes to shine.
What I need right now is some good advice.
Songs like Papa Don't Preach and American Life would make for excellent angry moments, akin to Don't Rain on My Parade or Could I Leave You? Whereas celebratory, joyful tracks like Holiday or Material Girl would be perfect for ensemble numbers. Any combination of Madonna's discography would create a compelling story, making her the perfect choice for a jukebox musical.
Open your heart, I'll make you come, baby. It's not that hard.
Before we unveil our top picks, here are a few honorable and dishonorable mentions. Would make a great show, Lady Gaga. From the fame to mayhem, her catalog is full of theatrical power hitters.
Give me the thing that I love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make 'em turn.
Should stay away, Bon Jovi. Great music, but their show would be too similar to shows like Rock of Ages. Would make a great show, Mumford & Sons. Their folk sound and existential themes would make an understated show akin to Once.
Stars, hide your fires. These here my desires.
Should stay away, Pitbull. While fun, his party-themed tunes could never be adapted into an actual story.
2 + 2, I'm gon' undress you. Then we gonna go 3 and 3, you gon' undress me.
Would make a great show, Panic at the Disco. Both the band's history and discography were destined for the stage.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1 should stay away, Limp Bizkit.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks.
A new metal-inspired jukebox musical could be interesting, as long as the soundtrack was provided by practically any other band. Limp Bizkit's music is so aggressive that a 2-act musical centered around them would just become exhausting to listen to and watch.
Back up. Tell me what you gonna do now. Hands up, now hands down. Back up. Tell me what you gonna do now.
We're not even sure what a story inspired by them or their music would even look like, but we can only imagine it would end in the front rows being converted into a mosh pit. Though it would be interesting to see such a specific subgenre adapted into a more theatrical tone, there are other groups whose discographies would make for a much better selection than the guys behind Nookie and Break Stuff.
So you can take that cookie and stick it up your head. Stick it up your head. Stick it up your head.
Number 1 would make a great show, Taylor Swift. There's no modern artist whose work is better suited to the stage. Her catalog is intensely personal and autobiographical, with plenty of lore infused into it.
Wind in my hair, I was there, I remember it all too well.
Her rapid rise in fame, combined with her tumultuous private and public life, would make for a gripping autobiographical tale, with plenty of bops to accompany it. However, her work is also perfect for a fictional show.
But I can see it's lost in the memory, all gets swept away to a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine.
The characters introduced on Folklore are already fleshed out and layered, with fully realized arcs that any devoted Swiftie or casual listener would be enthralled by. No matter which iteration would be made, the crowd would be in for a perfect collection of quill, fountain pen, and, of course, glitter gel pen lyrics.
Diamonds in my eyes, I polish up real nice.
Which star would you love to see adapted into a jukebox musical? Let us know in the comments below.
They love it or they hate it, you dance up on them haters.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.